All right. The second assignment, we'll do some graphing on these with the graphing calculator. So in this first one, looking at this, what does it look like it has? No solution. When you have parallel lines, you have no solution. If you wanted to check, what you could do is solve these equations, multiply the top by -3 and the bottom by 2, and then you'd get something like -6x plus 18 equals some big number, -108. And then 6x minus 18y equals -6. You add, you get 0 equals -114. So obviously no solution. But just looking at the graph, you can get no solution. Okay. If we graph these with our graphing calculator, okay, we're going to get a parabola like this, and then another line whose slope is -1/2, and whose y-intercept, well, it's going to be C here, because the graph goes up. The one graph goes up, and we know the slope of this one. Ooh, is it -1/2? No, it's +1/2. Sorry, my fault. +1/2, so it's A. Okay, so find the solutions to the system. No, because if you get y alone on this, 2y equals x plus 1 and divide by 2. Y equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. Okay, so the slope is 1/2, so it goes up from left to right. The other one goes like that. So you would just graph them both on your graphing calculator, find out where they intersect, and where the two intersect, you'd put those ordered pairs down. Okay, so there should be 2 ordered pairs with a comma in between. Okay, are we good? You can do that. Yeah, everybody knows how to find the intersection on graphing calculators, right? Okay. All right. To do this, I would graph them. I would get y alone. So 5, here, let me go to a smaller marker. 5y equals -2x plus 1 and divide by 5. Y equals -2/5 x plus 1/5. And the second one, 7 or -4y equals -7x minus 18 if we divide by -4. Y equals 7/4 x plus 9/2. Graph them both. After you graph them, you'll figure out that there is one solution to the systems of equations. Okay. Here, you would graph them both. Okay. Y equals for both. Figure out where they cross. That's the equilibrium point. Okay. And then I don't know why the blanks are set up the way they are. Yeah. So the end of this blank is this blank. So yeah, just find P and X. Again, get the graph, get Y alone, solve it, graph it. All right, 6. I'll actually do this one. A rectangle has an area of 6 inches squared and a perimeter of 20 inches. So a rectangle is a base and a height. Okay, to find the area equals base times height. Perimeter equals 2 bases plus 2 heights. So you set it up. 16 equals BH and 20 equals 2B plus 2H. Now, we got to solve for this. How in the heck can we do elimination method? Well, if this is multiplication, this is adding, no, we can't do elimination. Okay? Can we do substitution? And the answer is yes. H is equal to 16 over B. Okay? If we divide both sides by B. So we say 20 equals 2B plus 2 times 16 over B. Or 20 equals 2B plus 32 over B. So if we multiply everything by B to get rid of B on the bottom, 20B equals 2B squared plus 32. Now, if you want to use your graphing calculator for this, y1 would equal 20x, y2 would equal 2x squared plus 32. You'd graph it, you find out where they intersect, and you'll get probably one positive number, one negative number, or else two numbers that mirror each other. Okay? So if you get that, then you just fill it in. Okay? All right. But if you didn't use your graphing calculator, how would you solve it? Well, it'd be 2b squared minus 20b plus 32. If we factor out a 2, it's b squared minus 10b plus 16. So it's b minus 8 and b minus 2. So b equals 8 and b equals 2. So if the base is 8, the height is 2 to multiply to be 16. If the base is 2, then the height is 8. So it's basically the smaller dimension in the first box is a 2 by 8 rectangle. Because 2 plus 8 plus 2 plus 8 make 20. 2 times 8 makes 16. All right. Rowing up and down stream. Okay. If you row with the stream, it's the velocity in still water plus the velocity of the current. If you row with the current as you're going downstream. If you row against the current, it's V minus C equals the number. Okay? Now, how do you find the number? Well, if you rowed for 12 miles downstream with the current in 2 hours, against the stream, you went 3 hours. Distance equals rate times time. So the distance of 12 miles equals whatever your rate is times 2. And your rate is right here. So to make life easier, just divide both sides by 2 and your rate equals 6. So going downstream, it's 6. Upstream, you still going the 12 miles, but it's R times 3. So if you divide by 3, the rate is 4. And that makes it super easy to solve then, if you do it that way. Add your columns. 2 times velocity is 10. So velocity is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So the velocity, the rowing velocity is 5 miles per hour. The speed of the current is 1 mile per hour. Same thing for an airplane. If it flies against a headwind, it's V minus H. If it flies with the wind, it's V plus H. So 1200 divided by 3 is 400. 1200 divided by 2 is 600. and just add the columns and you solve. 2v equals 1,000. So v equals 500. 500 plus 100 is 600. So the speed of the plane is 500 and the speed of the wind is 100. Okay, so you have 8 problems to do. I will put it out there and you guys can get started.